to start recording quickly because we do have quite a lot of charts on their weekly open right now. Just quickly, let me talk to you about the order book and liquidations and the long to short. So we've got a decent amount of orders stepping in at 82.4 to 82.5. Quite a lot of Bitcoin here, like 500. Yeah, like 500 there. So that's holding us up. That's literally just come in an hour ago. So yeah, that's fine. The stuff at 80, which was at 85 or 84.5, has been moved down to 84k right now. So yeah, let's see if these boys get filled at 82.5. Keep an eye on that little level. I mean, you can probably see it. It's probably just under the weekly open. Yeah, just under the weekly open. So they might do a quick wick below and then a regain at the weekly open. We'll have to see maybe after this close. But yeah, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad at all. But yeah, just be cautious that we could see this if the interest rate decision isn't favourable, or if we get some other unfavourable conditions, or conversely we start breaking this demand zone here. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm still long from the low, to be honest, so I'm less inclined to take this long here on the weekly open. However, you know, if we hold this demand, it'll be fine. To be fair, I should have shorted March. I should have had some shorts on here. That's what I should have done. Just because it's looking a little bit meh. But we'll see. If I shorted March and then you could short this weekly open, you should be chilling. Should be chilling. Sorry, long the weekly open. I'm only going to short the weekly open if we get that. Yes. But yes, moving on to the liquidations. I hate this chart, but I'll just use it for now. Yes, lots of stuff. 81.6 to 82.1, just below us. So it's more like just underneath this wick here. Decent amount of liquidity, so we might get the 4-hour close above, the big wick in, and then the regain, and then yeah, that will look pretty decent. Interesting, and we also have a lot still 84.7 all the way up into 85.5. Quite a lot up there. So that's 5 liquidity. Long to short ratio quickly. We was at we wow we were down at 1.3 to 1.31 to 1 longs to shorts, which is actually one of the lowest reads we've had in ages. Actually, we got to 1.22 last week. But yeah, we're still bouncing around in between sort of like 1.7 and 1.3 ish on the long to short ratio. They are coming up in the last few hours though, which is quite worrying. So for example, at the daily close, it was 1.34, and now we're at 1.78. So the longs are increasing here. Yeah, it would have been really nice to see that if you caught this short. If you caught this short, well played, or even like this one here, or even this one here, then you're chilling. Even this one here, actually, you're less chilling if you caught that, but anything up here, then you're kind of covered in case this does dump down into 76k, which could definitely happen. I think that's what I was saying yesterday, but yeah. So let's go over. I think the Pepe trade did quite badly yesterday. We'll actually go through it completely. And now it's dumping, of course. Now it's dumping. Lol. So the trade was, I think it was here or here. And yeah, we've just been supported massively by this. This is just a clump of the 618. I think this is an old, yeah, this is an old daily swing level. And it's a previous daily open as well. So yeah, I think I caught the short like right up here on the 786, and yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, this time I failed to de-risk here. or even see that it was bouncing off this. So yeah, I took a 1% stop on that. Fine. Is what it is. I think I was only on 5x, so I was about 5%. But yeah, you should be max minus 10% on that position if you did take it, because the stop was around 1%, and I said use max 10x lev. But yeah, that didn't play out. I'm not sure what else I said. There was one other thing I said possibly, but I can't actually remember. It wasn't XRP, it wasn't Sol. Ooh, Fartcoin. Interesting. Let's take that off now. Take this off now. Take all of those off. Yeah, that's dumping quite nicely. There's a possible Stuber here. Also, there's actually a big one. Yeah, we could just leave the big one on. That looks good to me. We'll see if we can get a bounce off this little overlapping demand zone area. But if we get down there, we might just do a little bit lower into here and then do that. But that's definitely something I'm watching on Fartcoin. Fartcoin, so funny. Yeah, I've got an alert. To be honest, I might actually put an alert at 245. Alert me, sir. 245. Yeah, I can't actually remember the other thing that I said yesterday, so we'll just move on to some of like the interesting charts. Um, ETH is definitely not an interesting chart, by the way. ETH is doing still absolutely nothing. I think we must be on somewhere near the weekly open right now. Yeah, we are. So, I mean, you definitely could long this weekly open and this overlapping demand zone. However, just keep in mind that longs are steadily increasing and this low's been tested. So if you do start like dropping out of here, I would say below, probably below here, just to just cut that trade because we could see like right into here quite easily. As of now, it's not looking too bad. I mean, I'm long from like 1780 or something. But if I wasn't in a long, I'd be looking at this as a potential long in case of a good rate decision. What is the stop on this? Just out of interest, yeah, about 1% if you can get it on the weekly open, which is fine. It's great, very good actually. So yeah, but just keep in mind that the longs are increasing, of course. Solana. Let's have a look at Solana. So yeah, we're currently breaking the weekly open. We've actually done the bearish retest as well, so this is probably going to fall into this demand zone here. I'm going to put the 4-hour slow the swing on, just so we can see it better. So your first area of potential long is in here, in this overlapping demand. And that could take you up to May. Oh, I think what I said last time was a long on the weekly open here, up to here, and we didn't get it. So it only did about 3.5%. Probably enough time for you to de-risk if you did take that. I didn't take it myself, but probably enough time for you to at least de-risk something. Uh, and yeah, the stop was fine again, another 1%. Unfortunately, so not the greatest trades I gave you guys yesterday, but we move. Be many more opportunities, and yeah, only 1% stops if you did take them. Luckily, but yeah, that could be excuse me, semi-interesting here as we are bull diving on the 1 hour as well, and a potential bull div on the 4 hour if we get into that swing. If we just come a little bit lower here, it'll be looking decently interesting. So yeah, that's Solana. Let's see what XRP is doing. XRP is currently bearishly retesting its weekly open, so this would have been quite a nice short this morning. And yeah, that looks pretty bearish to me. I don't think that demand zone below us is going to hold. I think we're probably going to get into 221 on XRP in the very short term. And then possibly down into March one more time if we lose this local structure here. 221 is sort of like this little no there. And that just comes in over the overlapping demand. So we'll see if we can get a bounce off there, but yeah, we really need to reclaim this weekly open to have a little bit of up on XRP. Right now, looking kind of shorts. Looking kind of shorty. Shade. Oh, why is that in 720p and not... Oh, anyway, I don't mind. As long as it's fine. As long as it's fine, I'm fine. So, yeah, that's XRP. Kind of looking like you could possibly short that or long that at 2.21. Popcat's actually coming down into the weekly open right now. Definitely semi-interested in a long here. It would have to be a little bit more carefully planned out though, I think. As we just wait for this to load. Yeah, I mean, that's actually quite easy. We don't want to lose that low. It's overlapping on the hourly. It's very well exemplified as well. So, as the stop would have to be a little bit more than 1 or 2%. Please don't use more than 5x on Popcat. I don't really anyway, unless the invalidation is really, really tight. But even then, you get wicked out really easily. So this is definitely something that I could be interested in for a little long, and even if it's just a scalp up to like here, it's a 6% scalp, so actually that risk reward's not great. So not my favorite setup, but definitely a potential one. This could also actually see a larger pullback into the lows, something like that. Actually, that kind of makes more sense. This just for like a quick short scalp, if you really feel like scalping out, and then it could actually turn into that. Especially if we get, this would look really good, okay, if we got a slightly lower low here, regained the weekly open, okay, cheeky little scalp up to here, we get into this pocket, and then we go all the way down into here. That would kind of be textbook for this. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I like it a lot. So yeah, that's PopCat for me. I'm definitely going to set an alert at 155 for this. To be honest, I should set a bid, but I don't really want to. Just not on PopCat. And this whole range is about 5%. So if you're trying to catch this particular Stuber, 3x should suffice for you. 4 if you're feeling dangerous. If you're feeling dangerous today. Yeah, I was having a look at a little look at Sui. I think I drew something on the daily. Yeah, and it kind of looks a bit squeezy for another go at the lows, but let me just take that off now because it's not really helping. What do you guys think on Sui? Is that Is that bottomy? To be honest, I think it's not looking bottomy yet. If it was doing that into support the other way, I would like it a lot more. This is grinding up into resistance with some hidden bearish on the 12 hour and some bearish on the 4 hour. So there's definitely a potential area for a long in between here. If we do get like one more on Bitcoin, and I will be watching that for sure on Sui. Didn't Sui have some news recently? They had someone was it futures or was it ETF news? I'm not really 100% sure. I just glanced at something. If it is something like ETF or someone's filing for futures, it's gonna dump in the short term, I think. Just a quick little one, and then yeah, pump. So that's definitely looking interesting as well. Hmm. I don't really mind stuff like this as long as it can hold that low on the weekly open. It's definitely a possible long here. There's definitely a lot of possible longs on the weekly opens of the charts you can find. Just obviously, again, be very cautious with the long to short ratio getting bigger. And then obviously Bitcoin is still in a downtrend until we break this. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, how is everyone doing? Any interesting trades about today that I could take? Again, Injective on its weekly open right now. This also needs to break something. As you can see, it's being held down by that. I wouldn't be surprised if this went for the lows one more time. I guess that's been tested, and that's been tested. So, if we were to go for it, I might just do the full, like, the full proper one into like $7. We shall see. What else is looking interesting? Are they? Maybe ADA actually losing its weekly open right now. You might actually get another go at the Q2 long that I got on this wick. And then yeah, dot's way above it. Way above it. That actually looks not too bad. But yeah, I need to clean up these charts. There's too many lines on them. Let me have a look at the chat. My weekly leaderboard picks for the lols. I haven't seen them yet. Hi, would you please looking at Atom? Yes. Strategic reserve coins. Oh, is that what you did? Atom, was it? Yes. Okay, green on the day. We love to see that. First, the daily. Ooh, okay. It's definitely trying to do something here. Definitely trying to do something. This is really good if we can at least just test a tiny bit higher here. and then come down as fine as support, this will be very, very bullish, especially with this bull div on the daily, that is. In the short term, I'm not sure if I would short this yet. It looks like it's being supported by the Q4 and it's just broken out of this little mini high. Uh, but let me go down slightly more. There is obviously overlapping supply in here, which is going to act as heavy resistance. Um, but this, conversely, this is going to act as heavy support in here. Just have a look at the hourly quickly. Yeah, I quite like that. It looks like it wants to climb a bit higher, actually. I don't think I'd be looking to short that on the Q4. There's a possible scalp if we do lose that. However, it's not. I mean, it's only like 2% to 1.5 to 2.5%. I actually quite like that for higher. It's probably one of the best looking charts I've seen. This low is obviously super important now. And wherever that stops, there's going to be a Stuba right back at the lows if we do a little dump. But yeah, expect this to hold a higher low and possibly even November if we do come back down. Or up into here, support, bang, higher. American Pie. Cake Juicy this week. Search up cake on X. I know Eggle's doing that in his room. But yeah, no, I don't think there is a short here actually. Unless you're, I mean, not even on the 3 minute, I don't think. Let me just check the 3 minute quickly. Or actually the 5 minute. No, I don't really see it. I don't really see it at all. That would have been a very nice long. Right there. You could have caught it right there on the weekly open. And then smash. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, who's got anything for me to look at? What's Render doing? Still in freefall? Yes. Currently on its weekly open. Interesting. Interesting. Hidden ball on near. Overlapping demand. This is actually not too bad as well. What's this? Okay. That's one to watch. What's Tia doing? I haven't checked Tia in a little while. It's breaking its weekly open. If Tia does come back down into 2.8, I think that would be a really good long. If anyone's not in a long on that. So you could set a couple alerts there. Or even actually a couple, like 3, 4x bids there. Because this is like, we're getting into the proper bottom here. And we've made overlapping demands on this area. 2 minutes, I reckon this is probably going to find support in the previous weekly. Which is untested. And that would kind of coincide with this swing which was supported here. Not too bad on tier actually. So if anyone's not in the long on that, definitely potential. I don't like looking at that chart. Let me get a fresh AVAX chart. Here we go. AVAX has had the little pop above here, which is very interesting. And we have a lot of overlapping demand right below. Definitely mildly interesting as well. Huh? Say again, what am I doing? Looking up cake on X, scrolling your X. Can you look at Melania? It looks like somebody pumped her bottom hit. Melania. Yo. Oh my god. Fuck. Yeah, nah, this is just. Nah, this is just not for me right now. I wouldn't touch this with a pole at the moment for me personally. I just don't like this. Nah, it's weird. It's not. It's nice to know that Stubers will probably work on this as well. Yeah, literally perfectly, if anything. So there's that, but I don't know, man. This needs to gain that for at least any semblance of going up more. That would also be this. We need to gain that, and then yeah. Right now, I just don't see it. I actually haven't even looked at Trump in ages as well. It's just sitting at $11. Okay. Yeah, it's just chilling. I agree. Yeah. It might be fun to like couple like small maneuvers on Melania. Like I think if you saw that big pump, you could have just built something in the Stuber pocket. However, that might have even wicked you out initially, and then you got the secondary chance. This is like a yeah, this is quite a nice tight range for something like Melania. Wait, what? Pause. Pause. Tight little box. Anyway, yeah, I'm just not interested in that really. Cookie. Cookie's dropping. So the next level on Cookie probably is the Q3, and then if not, we're gonna do a quick one down to 9 cent on Cookie. I actually haven't accumulated any yet. I'm just kind of waiting for the market to get out of this tariff turbulence. But it's definitely one thing I'm interested in. Oh my god, Griffin's at 3 cent. Crazy. Let's have a look at some of this hyperliquid stuff. Just briefly, just to see if there's anything mildly interesting. No. Mantra's still going up. Well played. That's still going strong. Let's good trade that. Ark's still dumping. Damn. Didn't even try and make a bottom. It just went. Fucking hell. Yeah, Ena's something I quite like the look of the chart, as it's on the daily it looks like to be diverging massively on price and momentum, and we are in the stupid pocket. So yeah, it's not too bad. I don't really want to accumulate any spot altcoins just right now at this moment. I'm literally just waiting for possibly 72k Bitcoin, or we might just get one more go at the low 76, and then we get the regain of March, and then I'm happy to jump in. So I'm just kind of waiting, but this is definitely something that looks quite nice chart wise. From my watch list, okay, because it's number one in the Wonder Trading pump screen. Okay, that's probably why it did that really weird scammy pump. It's because all the bots are pumping it. Maybe. I don't mean the people bots. I mean the actual bots as well. So yeah, Fartcoin's looking interesting. Injectives on its weekly open. So is Render. Tier could look interesting if it comes down a little bit further, maybe to $3 or 2.8. Near's looking interesting. It's on its weekly open as well. And yeah, also Popcat's looking interesting as well. I think that's where my interest lies at the moment. I might actually try to catch something in the meantime. So, can you look at Pendle? Yes, yes for sure. Let's see. Let's see how this close goes. If that wicks back up, yeah, it'll be looking nice. At least just for a scalp into here. That's untested, 4%. That's testing that low right now. Right in the band. Looking decent. We'll see how that plays out. That's injective, right? Okay, cool. I remember that. Pendle. So, Pendle, I actually, yeah, I know a bit about Pendle. Pendle was Pendle last cycle? I can't remember, but I have looked at Pendle once in my life and enjoyed the idea of it. Okay, it's probably there. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'd say this is not out of the woods yet. That's quite a nice. Yeah, let's go into the 4 hour quickly. There's quite a nice regain of this. I just put that there by accident. So we actually have done something at least on the 4 hour, which is that, and we tested this swing, which is nice. If we can base off this one more time and break that, that will probably change the trend on the daily. Yeah, that's what you want to look for on the daily for kind of like spot. In terms of the tradable side, if we go into the 1 hour, yeah, I think that looks maybe a bit more shorty. Possibly down into like 2 point, maybe even as low as 2.6, but 2.2 in the short term would probably make sense. Yeah, I knew that was going to be in the band. This is actually swinging quite nice. I think that's going to break. I don't think that's going to hold. So I think 2.19 is probably the next stop on this. If I were to make a prediction. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad actually. It's giving me a little bit of hope. It's not It's not done the trend change yet, but it's actually showing very nice early signs of it. And then obviously a break of the weekly open, basically just this low here, right? This one uh, is probably going to bring you to new lows, maybe even as far as like 1.6, 1.9, 1.6, and then 1.4. That's what I'd say on that. But yeah, for now, we've got some heavy support over at this low, and we have tested this high. So if we come back down one more time and find this as support, it's more likely that this is going to break on the next go. We might actually get that trend change, and then we can really talk about, you know, the market turning up. 4 hour have a bull divergence. You mean this one? I think it's mostly already played out, in my opinion. If you wanted to play that, it probably would have been something around here or that. But yeah, not too bad. I actually don't really mind that. It's not too bad looking. So yeah, decent little one. There's actually quite a lot going on in the market this morning, so I probably might glue myself to my screen just after the gym quickly this afternoon. I definitely actually will with the volatility. Um, just make sure that you calculate your stops right. If you want your stop to be a little bit wider, just lower your leverage slightly and try to keep your stop around 10% with your leverage included. So if you're on 3x and your stop's at 3% raw, that's fine. If your stop's 2.5% raw around there, 4x is fine, and so on and so on. Saw a lot of USDT, USDC minted today. Was the USDT on ERC20 by any chance? Was the billion nice? Do you know if it was on ERC? If it is, then we're looking good. To be fair, I actually haven't even looked at X this morning. But yeah, it's been a good morning, and I'll actually just put into the chat the things that are looking the best. I think because then it'll be easier for me to remember what I actually said when I come back for Thursday. So PopCat, we'll do PopCat 181 to 179. Let me just write this out. PopCat 79. What else? Actually, I should probably write the stop as well, just so I don't incriminate myself too much. Alright, nice. ETH. Probably like right here. What's this? 17187. 7 around then. Alright, Popcat, yes. Injective. This is another one, which is potential. Actually, right here. I would rather wait for this close though. If that doesn't close above the weekly open, I'm probably going to hit up this demand zone. And then I'll just look for the Stuber on this, actually. That's a bit too low, actually. I don't really like that. Maybe a more local one? The top of that. Yeah, I don't really like that. Let's just quickly do Fartcoin as well. This is going to be a little bit of a bigger one. So we'll do like 2, 1, 8. Nah, I don't want to do that actually. I don't want to write that one up. Fartcoin, actually I will do it. Last one. 0.245. Or the Stuber in between 218 and 232. Okay. Damn, that actually took way longer than I thought. But yeah, I think that's about it for today. I should probably stop my recording at least.